We have a special pregame announcement from Grok. Lumberjacks gather around, eyes up, hearts pounding, listen close because this is it. The Fargo Wood Chipper Classic. Our final battle. The ice is waiting, the crowd's roaring, and we've got one last shift to carve our name into this tournament like an axe through frozen timber. Look at what we've already done this weekend. We fought through the grind, one hard-fought win that showed our fire, one gritty tie where we refused to break, and one tough loss that only sharpened our edge. That's not a stumble, that's a saga. We've battled, we've bled, we've left everything on that sheet of ice. 4 goals etched into the score sheet, each one a testament to who we are. Brody Adams, you lit the lamp with that rocket, pure lumberjack power, unstoppable. White Tyken, your goal was a dagger slicing through their defense like we own these boards. Corbin Ryerson, you buried it with heart and precision. That's the kind of warrior we ride with. Corbin Meyer, you finished like a champion, turning chaos into glory. 4 goals, 4 brothers stepping up, 4 reasons why we're still standing tall heading into this amazing moment. This isn't just another game, this is the Wood Chipper Classic, where boys become legends, where the weak get chipped away and the strong emerge forged in fire. We've taken the hits, we've answered every challenge, and now the final puck drops. One more period, one more shift, one more chance to show Fargo, show Minnesota, show the world what Bemidji Lumberjacks are made of. Play for the play for the guy next to you. Play for the crest on your chest. Play for the little kids back home dreaming of wearing blue and white. Play like Paul Bunyan himself, strapped on skates and grabbed a stick, big, bold, unbreakable. Leave it all out there, no regrets, no holding back. Skate like thunder, hit like hammers, score like heroes. When that final buzzer sounds, I want them to remember one thing. The Lumberjacks came to Fargo and they conquered. Now lace them up tight, tap those sticks, let's go finish the story the only way we know how, victorious. Go Jacks, let's chop them down, Lumberjacks on 3. 1, 2, 3, Lumberjacks. That was provided by Lapeer Shoreline. Working his way closer to platinum status. Not quite there. Yeah. Yep. It's okay. We'll do a shout out to our sponsors: Northern Amusement, Lapeer Shoreline, Dale Schmidt Agency, KLS Construction, Ryerson Construction, Stitsworth Meats. All right, here we go, Dana. Final game of the Wood Chipper Classic.
Classic, yep. And so this is our last game. So hopefully we can get this win.
Off the first face-off, the pressure goes down into the Bemidji zone or into the Storm zone, and Meyer gets a backhander on goal.
What?
Jacobson to take that face out that goes down into the corner in the Storm zone, and they come up the near side with it. Play a little catch with it before they go up to the wall. Up to the blue line, just barely out. And they feed it across ice and get across the blue line on the Bemidji side. Far side there. And it's tipped off their stick by Angus Heather. Meyer goes cross ice for Lapeer. Lapeer back to Meyer on the other side. Comes up through center right across the line. Drops it over the far side for Jacobson down in the corner now. He sneaks around a goal defender. Backhands one towards the goal, and that one's picked off by the defense. And they bring it back out through center. Don't transition terribly fast, so they just dump it out to center. It comes to Westover. Over for Lapeer on the near side. He gets into the center ice across the red line, dumps it in deep, and gives chase. Rest of the line switches up, and the Storm gathers it up on the far wall, and they bring it up. And it's saved at the line by Baird. Now they get it out, and they come to center ice with it. Ellering for the Storm centers it up. It's blocked there by Baird, and now Baird sends it ahead for Ryerson. Ryerson's got some room to skate up to the dot, comes in, takes a shot. It's a bit of a weak one, and it's easily saved by Omvig, and they bring it over to the near side. Roscoe now, he'll shoot from the point. That one's blocked by the defense. It goes over to the far wall. Storm pick it up. They bring it out to center and stopped again by Roscoe rather, and it comes to Westover. He steps into the slot, takes a shot, goes right over the head of the goaltender and off the glass behind. Pops out to center there. Roscoe's got to hustle over and pick it up. He does. And he whacks it over to the near side. Battle with two players now, and Moran comes in there and helps it out. And Westover is able to cover up in behind. He gets it out to center. The Storm do get into the zone. They'll get a shot on White, and he blocks that one out of there. On the near side now, Ryerson comes in, gets across the red line. He dumps it in deep and goes to the bench for a change. Moran on the forecheck, and he does a fine job. He steals a puck from him. And it comes in behind for Adams. Adams takes a shot. That one's blocked. Over to the near side now. Tyken down in the corner. He falls. And the Storm grab it and go, well, I guess they go back to the center. Get it out to mid-ice. And Tyken with a great back check there. Gets a hold of it. Tries to sidestep a defender but can't do it. Over to the near side. Adams sends it in behind. And the Storm pick it up and bring it over to the far side. Up ahead to center now again. They get across red line and they dump it in. White will stop it behind his own net. And Lapeer will try to send it over the near side. Now he does it with the second effort. And Stitsworth will work it up the boards. Back to Lapeer now. He's got some room to skate himself. Cross the line on the near side. Sends it across ice for Adams. Shot! Goes wide. Right off the glass and rings around all the way out to center. Actually it doesn't. It comes up through center, and the defense is covered by Stitsworth there, and he turns and fires it back down into the Storm zone. 11:32 left in the period now as the Storm come up through center. Missed a pass there. It comes right to Roscoe. Roscoe's going to fire it ahead to Jacobson. Jacobson will work his way through center, cross the line, beats around a defenseman, and he puts a backhander and goes flipped over the net, down over the far corner. Yerbich tries to work it towards the net, can't quite do so. It's picked off. Now he tries again. This time to Jacobson. Short angle shot. Goes right off the pipe. And it comes right back out to the far corner. Up to the point now. Westover. He'll save the line and he'll dump it in deep. Storm are having a hard time getting out of their own zone here. Over to the near side. They do get out finally. And they're going to spring their own player. And White does a fantastic job of coming out, cutting down the angle, and tips it right out of the reach of the attacking player there. And the puck comes right back out to center. He's hanging out to the blue line, though, and he can't touch it. Can't quite get on it, and so he's going to cause a icing here on the other end. Got the faceoff down in the center, or down in the corner, rather. Jacobson had it, he lost it. And the Storm come back the other way. They gain the zone, knocked off of their stick by Westover. Cross ice now for Jacobson. He's going to tip it ahead, can't quite get to there soon enough, though, and it goes over the wall, and he overskates it. Yerbich now gets it in deep, and the Storm will pick it up behind their own zone, their own net, rather, and send it over to the far side. Tipped there nicely by Baird. He keeps it in the zone up for Meyer. Puts it on the forehand. Shoots. Goes wide. Over to the far side now. Baird will tip. And Meyer will go and tip it over to the near side. Roscoe pinches down. He's covered nicely by Jacobson. Or Yerbich, rather. And comes up to Westover at the fence. He loses off of his stick, though, and it comes into the zone on the far side. And they chip it down in deep again as Roscoe picks it up behind his own net. Sends it over to the far side, this time to Ryerson. Ryerson will whack at it to the blue line, but not out. Picked up there by Baird. He'll pick it up, send it on. Well, he'll get it right back to Ryerson. Hits him in the body. He can't control it, and it comes back into the zone where Westover picks it up. He's going to skate it out to center. Now across ice for Baird. Baird will come across the line. Deeks around a player, can't quite do it. Ryerson tries, he can't either. Comes over to the near side, and Moran will get a hold of it and end up losing it. Held at the line, though, by Lapeer. Now it pops out. And Baird nicely covers his spot as the Storm come across the line the other way. They try to go on the forehand, rolls off their stick, and Moran's right there to steal it. He comes back the other way, pestered by a couple of players. And he can't hang on to it as it's knocked off of his stick. Back the other way now. Here come the Storm, 2-on-1 rather. And their connecting pass wouldn't make it. Up to the center ice now. They come back out. They're going to try to get back in the zone here on the far side. They do. Right to the dot. Shot goes right into the breadbasket of Colton White. He hangs on to this one with 8:36 left in the first period. Still scoreless. Tigan takes that face off. It comes up to the point. They take a shot from there. The gun goes right into the glove of White. He's got a good glove today. He hangs on. Again, off the face-off. It comes up to the point. Tipped out of there by, that's Adams. He's going to whack it all the way down. Come in on the forehand, backhand. Can't quite handle it, though. And he can't pull the trigger on the goaltender. It skirts over to the other side. Now he's got another one. Takes another shot. Goes through the goaltender. He has to gather it up. And he had to hang on to that one for a stop. Nice hustle there for Adams. I think he got through the goaltender, but it just didn't go across the line, and he had to cover it up again. Storm come back the other way now, and Angus Heather will grab it behind his own net. Tries to reverse, he does. And comes over to Stitzworth on the near side. He springs it ahead for Tyken, but it's through him, and the Storm have to gather it up at their own blue line. In their own zone now, they try the near side instead, and they'll lazily go across the line. Comes right in the slot, though. Knocked off of their stick by Lapeer. Now ahead for Tyken. Tyken's going to have some room to skate. He gets to the inside. Gets on the forehand. Shot and goal! Tyken does a fine job of getting it down in there and puts it on goal. And I didn't quite catch who shoveled it to him. I want to say it was Adams, but I'm not sure. We'll find out on the official scoring here.
Well, that gives us a 5-on-5 Stitzworth goal scored by number 18, Wyatt.
Bemidji goal scored by number 18, Wyatt Keegan, unassisted.
Well, they call it unassisted, but
it was a valiant effort either way. And it puts Bemidji up in the on the scoreboard there, 1-0. Now Bemidji gets a hold of it again. This time Yerbich has got it. He brings it over to the near side across the line, and he tries to center, but Jacobson had turned back the other direction. Now he's got it in the slot, and he works around another player. 3-on-0 coming right in. He backhands it towards the goal from close range there, and it trickles over to the far side. I think it was saved, but not sure. Storm comes back the other way now, up through center. And they get across the line, and Westover runs them over into the corner. Falls down, and
Yep.
Bemidji comes in, scoops it out of there for Yerbich on the near side. Up ahead for Meyer. Across the line now, he's got Roscoe on the other side. And he misses that shot, and Roscoe will send it back down to him again. Out of his reach, though. And the Storm will send it back into the far corner. Up to the point now for Roscoe. He sends it again back down in the corner. And it's going to ring all the way around the boards as Meyer wasn't able to get there in time. Comes to your Jacobson on the near side. And the Storm steal it and bring it out through center. Cross the line on the other side. Drop pass right through them. Comes all the way out of the zone. And it's actually probably offside, but it was carried in there by Jacobson. And it'll come out and right back in. This time Westover will get a hold of it. Send it up for Jacobson in mid-ice. Gets across the red line, dumps it in, and turns for the bench. Storm will pick it up in their own zone. 5:42 left in the first period here with Bemidji leading 1-0. Comes out to center on Angus Heather's stick. Up ahead, gets it in the zone, but it was over-skated there slightly, and so the Storm will come back the other way. They put a shot on goal just outside the blue line, and they'll bring a stop and play as White covers that one up.
Well, pretty good back and forth game here. So.
Yeah, I think Bemidji does have the edge here in play a little bit. Shots on goal officially are 7 for Bemidji and 5 for the Storm, for Sauk Rapids. As the Sauk Rapids Storm come across the line. Take a short angle shot, and Colton White will stick that glove out there and hang on. Baird takes that face off, and Angus Heather sneaks in there and gets a hold of it deep in his own zone. Tries to send it ahead, it's blocked. And now he picks it up again. Comes to this. Actually, that's Baird that's got it this time. And it's sent over to the dot where it looks like Lapeer has it. Up for Baird. It's in his skates. Comes out to center. Right back in, offside at the line. 4:48 left in the first period. Faceoff comes to the Storm. They control on the center ice. And they get around Angus Heather. Drop pass. Goes right on goal, but it goes stick save to the side. Right in the center again. Another shot. That one goes wide. Might have been tipped. Goes over to the far corner now. Suddenly the Storm had a good couple shots on goal. They fall down, though. And it's picked up and sent out of there by Baird. And up ahead for Ryerson. Ryerson ahead. He's got Moran coming down the slot. He dumps it down in deep. Meyer works it towards the goal, but he's checked off the play. And it comes up to center. Or the dot, rather. Now it's out at center. And the Storm tip it past Angus Heather. And it goes right on Colton White. He shovels it over, aiming for the referee, I think. Missed him, though. And it comes out to center. This time it's on Baird's stick. Can't quite keep up to the puck. And he goes down to the corner. Now he does. He sends it up to the point. Blast from Roscoe. That one goes wide by about a foot. And the Storm try to clear it, but Westover does a fine job of keeping it back in the zone. Down in deep again. It's run around the boards again. We'll see what happens this time. This time they get out. Westover stops it again, and that gives Ryerson a chance to work at it, but he's checked and knocked down. And the battle ensues right in front of the penalty box. Now the Storm pluck it out of there, and they turn up ice. Get across the zone, or the line rather, over to the dot on the far side. Rolls off of their stick. And they check Westover down. And this time Baird's going to help out. They pick it off the wall. And they come out to the near side hash marks. This time Moran does a nice stick move to get it down. It goes to Ryerson. A little too far, though, and it's going to be an icing on Bemidji with 3:06 on the first. Faceoff comes down to the corner. Roscoe's going to shove it over to the other side for Adams. Adams will pick it off the wall, and he's going to send it up ahead for Tyken. Tyken across the blue line now, and he stops at the high circle. Send it over to the near side for Roscoe. Looks, send it down in deep for Adams. He tried to center, but whiffed on it. Goes up against the wall. Tyken and Adams are in there battling hard. And it comes to the Storm on the far side, and they outlet to the side wall. Out through center now. They gain the zone, and Westover runs them wide, and it comes all the way over to the near corner, the near point rather. They dump it down into the corner and in behind. Westover again will take it. He'll shovel it up for Stitsworth. Stitsworth will backhand it out of the zone, and the race is on to get it. And the Storm will get there first, send it rink wide D to D. Up to the center ice now. They will turn and whack it in and head for the bench. White will stop it behind. He'll ring around the boards to the Bemidji bench, and Adams will pick it up. He backhands it to what he thought was another breaking player. Turned out to be the Sauk Rapids Storm. So they bring it out to center, and this time it's picked up by Yerbich and gets it in the zone. Knocked down off the play was Adams, and he loses it as the Storm clears the zone. Westover will clear it over to the other side. It's going to come right to a Storm player. He's going to work his way to the dot, but it's knocked off of his stick by Roscoe, and it goes down the other way for Jacobson. He gets it at the dot, skids it to Yerbich. Nice feed from the knees. Yerbich sends it over the top of the cage. Off the glass and over to the far corner now. They battle for it again. Right in behind as it comes to the near side and brought out to center. Held in momentarily, but the Storm are able to battle it back out of there and gain the zone the other way. Short angle shot goes wide and down in the corner, up the wall on the far side. Up to the point now. Jacobson's going to get a checking from behind penalty here as the Storm takes a shot on goal. And White covers that one up. Hopefully it's just a cross check, but as soon as that check from Jacobson was placed, oh, wait a minute. We got, what do we got going on? This referee's not too terribly quick to make the call. I think he's second thinking his plan here. Looks like Bubba is going to be going to the bench. And looks like we need a little help from the coaching staff, but he's going to get a rough. It's not going to be a check from behind. It'll just be a roughing penalty on Jacobson with 1:05 left in the first period of Bemidji leading one. So Meyer takes the faceoff on this one, and Lapeer picks it up and carries it out. I don't know if I've seen Meyer take a face-off yet this year. Down in the
number 20, William
Storm zone, goes over to the far side, and they bring the player up the near side. Comes to Meyer at the defensive side, and Yerbich blasts it down in there. 1 minute to play. Actually, we're down to 38 seconds to play now. Yerbich on the forecheck here, shorthanded.
Mm-hmm.
Storm to reverse it, go around the other way. Yep. They're still being pestered by Bemidji. And now Meyer comes in, steals it, gets a shot on goal, a good hard one. And it's a stick save and covered up by the goaltender on that short-handed opportunity. 25 seconds left in the period now. Off the face-off. Comes to, looks like, who was it? That was Ryerson. Ryerson took a shot and it went down in the corner. And the Storm are going to carry it back out. Rink-wide pass, picked off there and lost. And brought out by, well, eventually by Baird. First it was Westover, now Baird. Storm pick it up there, though. They get across the line as the clock runs out. They can't even get a shot off. And that'll end the first period with Bemidji leading 1-0 and 55 seconds remaining on the Jacobson penalty.
Yep.
Yep.
So and then after that they're not full strength play yet, but after that penalty runs out, then we'll be full strength. So we still got 25 seconds before I say full strength.
So that first goal was by Wyatt Tyken. And here comes the music again, so we're probably going to have to just mute.
We got 50 seconds left on the penalty here.
Off the faceoff, it goes down into the Bemidji zone to our right. And it's controlled. Now it's controlled by Bemidji. Sent ahead to Ryerson, gets through his stick. And Storm will pick it up and bring it back the other way. Cross the line, up through the slot. Try to fire it down in the corner. Finally gets there. And they work it up the wall to the half wall. Up to the point now. He's going to take a look. Comes over to the high slot. Centers over to the far side. Setting up the power play now as they get down to the hash marks. Back up to the point. Over to the near side. Takes a look. Takes a chance to... he fires it over to the far dot. It's cleared out of there by Bemidji. Ryerson now. He's on the forecheck. He's going to put the body on his player. But two of the Storm players are going to be able to get out of there. Jacobson comes out of the box and Tyken jumps on the ice.
Bemidji full strength.
Yeah,
Bemidji's full strength here as we get a shot towards the goal on the Bemidji side. That one goes in behind. Storm now again behind their own goal, or behind the Bemidji goal rather. Comes over to the near corner. And eventually comes to Moran. And he tries to fire cross ice. A little bit dangerous there, but it stays in the zone. Now it comes to Westover at the far dot, and he sends it up into the Storm bench. Lines out again. Has a Storm control and send it in deep behind Colton White. Check by Angus Heather back in the corner. Tyken's in there to help out. It squirts over to the near side. Adams goes to work there. And the battle continues along the wall. Down into the corner again. Angus Heather comes out of there with it.
Yesterday.
And he gets a little bit of roughing to get out of there. And he sends it up ahead for Stitsworth. The Stitsworth now ahead for Tyken. Tyken's got Adams on the other side. Over to Adams right in front. Can't get around the goalie, though, and get it on. He tries to recenter, goes off the side of the back of the cage, rather, and goes in behind. Tyken will pick it up there. He'll work it over to the corner, and he'll try to drop it again for Adams, but it's picked off by the Storm. Tyken gets it again. Now he tries to send it, and this time it works. Adams can't return the favor, though, and it's picked up by the Storm and over to the other side. Held in nicely there by, I think that's Stitsworth, and a shot and a goal by Adams. Comes right into the paint. Adams is right there to knock it in, and it goes, I think, 5-hole right under the goaltender.
We got a
Really?
That's a Stitchworth
Off
meet.
the
5
face-off,
on.
it goes down into the Bemidji zone, and Meyer picks it up there and brings it up across the line the other side. Comes down and gets another shot on goal, and it's held there by Omvig. And it'll bring another stop at 12:14 left in the period.
Some extended music time.
Extended music this time.
Stitchworth goal, 5-on-5 goal scored by number 23 Brody, assisted by 18 Wyatt. 2-0 lead now, folks.
They're going to give another. They're going to give another assist to Stitchworth on that one as well.
Yep. It's just
This
a
time the Storm come back the other way. They get a tight angle shot. That one goes up and wide, and down in the far corner. Still in the corner there now,
I don't know the shots.
and it comes all the way up to the right on goal. They get a tight angle shot there right at the mouth of the goal, and White had his stick down to block it. Again, off the faceoff, it's controlled by Roscoe down in his own corner there. It's picked out of there by the Storm, and they come to the near side, try to center. It comes all the way up through to the high point and back out. Now Baird picks it up, brings it across the line the other way. It cuts to center. Tries to get it ahead for Ryerson. Ryerson scoops one in there off the backhand. Sneaks by the goaltender for the third goal of the game.
Good game, it's 3-0.
That's another Stitchworth 5-on-5 meets goal scored by number 22 Corbin, assisted by 21 Callan.
Off that face-off, Peyton Moran got upended really hard on the near side, and he goes right to the bench. He's going to take a little breather. But yeah, that goal by
number 22,
Corbin Ryerson
number 21, Callan Baird, and number 29, William West.
was an odd one.
Give
It kind
Westover an
of
assist on that one too.
yeah, it kind of went off of a skate almost.
Oh, and it says goal 11-19, right?
Mm-hmm.
Time to goal 11-19.
Face-off comes to Stitchworth. He works his way down the line and gets across the line. And keeps a hold of it there. Doesn't quite know what to do with it. He tries to go down to the point. Stolen by the Storm and back out to center. Westover now. He'll try and backhand it in. Stolen again by the Storm. They bring it in this time over to the far wall. Picked off there by Tyken. He's going to go down in the corner. He's going to send up the wall. Not out. Out to the other side now. It's tipped out of there by Roscoe. Doesn't come out though. Stays in the zone. Looked out to me, but we'll take a look at that on the video replay. Over to the far wall now. Stitchworth has got his bun bottled up, and they fight along the boards. Still working it. It's pinned along the wall. And it's almost a dead puck, but it comes out of there finally. And the Storm turn up to ice with it. Come over to the near dot. Drop pass. Comes over to Tyken. He's able to get that one out of there. Lost in his skates, though, and Bemidji finally clears it out to center. Picked up again by Tyken now. He comes across the line, gets through one defender, around another one. Goes right in on the goaltender and scores. That was all Wyatt Tyken on that one, folks. He gets across the line and he stuffs one just past the goaltender on the far side to make it 4-0 with 9:47 left in the second.
Another 5-on-5.
Bemidji goal scored by number 18, assisted by number 27, Brody Roscoe. Time of the goal, 5:13 of the second period.
That's a goal by number 18, Wyatt. Assisted by 27, Brody.
And time to go, 9:47.
Another 5-on-5 Stittsworth beats goal. Bemidji really starting to take over this game.
At the high circle now, the Storm working their way back the other direction. And it sneaks just past Engessether. He'll retreat back in his own zone and pick it up there. Reverses it behind his own goal. And he'll work up the near side.
Right.
Sends it up through Meyer. Meyer tries to get ahead for Jacobs, or Yerbich rather. And finally it's knocked out to him. Yerbich will send it all the way down, put it on goal. And Omvig for Sauk Rapids will cover that one up. Down deep in the zone, it's knocked over to the near side by Jacobson.
What?
And he'll pick it up there and work it towards the goal, but nobody there really to help him out. Goes over to the far side. The Storm will break out of there to the near side, and they get across the line. They try to deke around Engessether, but he gets a nice stick check on it, and Yerbich picks it up from there, sends it up off the glass. It actually goes into the netting, and that's going to bring a stop and play with 8:30. Faceoff comes to Lapeer, and he gets it ahead from Moran, who's back on the ice. And this time it's a shot on goal, and that one gets booted over to the near corner. Storm player falls, and Moran gets it up for Baird. Baird tries to shoot, kind of rolls off his stick weird, and goes down in behind instead. Picked up there by, I think that's Ryerson, gets it up to Engessether at the point. Engessether tries to carry it in. He's getting battled, and it's knocked off of his stick. It comes back the other way. We got this Ellering for the Storm. He gets a shot on goal, but White's able to stop that one, and the puck comes over to the near side. Picked up there by Engessether. He shovels up ahead for Baird. Baird across the line on the near side. Now gets it on the backhand. He's knocked off the play, and he goes down in back in the corner. So Moran's down there to help him out, but the Storm steal it from him, and they get it out to center and pick it up by Ellering. Get it on the forehand in the slot, pestered there, come right down on White, but he's ridden off the play eventually and knocked down. Over to the far corner now, left for Roscoe. Roscoe's ridden off the play, and they knock it back in. And Engessether will battle for it there. It goes right onto a stick for the Storm, and they get a shot from a tight angle, which goes into the near corner. Over to the near side now, Ryerson gets it out of the zone, and he's going to send it all the way down, and that's going to be an icing on Bemidji with 7:03 left in the second period. Off the faceoff, Tyken controls it down in his own zone. He goes around behind White and fires up the boards to the far side with Stittsworth. Tries to spring it ahead for Adams. Out of his reach, though. So Adams has to come over to the near blue line and knock it down in there. Tyken on the forecheck, and it goes down into the far corner. Storm bring it over to the near side this time and try to work it up the half wall. Squirts out into the circle, and the Storm are able to send it back out to center, and it's picked off by Westover. Westover's going to skate this one ahead of ways. Tries to send it across ice for Tyken. He can't get there because it's tipped. Now Stittsworth will dump it down in. He'll give chase. And the Storm will get there first down in the far corner. Tyken there to help out. Stittsworth with him. Comes back to Tyken. And goes back in behind for Stittsworth. And down in deep. Adams sends it up ahead for Roscoe. Roscoe back down for Stittsworth right towards the goal. And there should have been a interference call there, but that's not going to happen. As Westover saves the line again and sends it down in deep. Tyken now. He'll pick it off the corner, send it up to the point for Roscoe. Roscoe blasts one there, tipped by Adams, and it goes behind. And the Storm will try to clear it to the near side. Can't get out though. This time it goes to Yerbich. He takes a shot. It goes off the pipe and up into the netting. Off the faceoff, Meyer takes a shot from there. It's right into the glove of Ombeg. Faceoff again is down into the Storm zone, Sauk Rapids zone. They do tip it out of the zone, and it comes to Angus Heather. He can't handle it though. It comes in off sides. As the Jacobson dumps it down in deep, and the Storm will play it over to the near side. Put off on the wall by Yerbich, and Jacobson will pick it up from there. He'll turn it back up ice, and Meyer will work it into the zone. Good hard play there, knocks down the player, and the puck comes over to the Storm on the other side. Comes up to the point. Angus Heather can't quite save it, and comes back through center the other way. Jacobson will help him out, pick it up, bring it back in behind his own net. Goes up along the far side. And he works his way through traffic. He gets a shoulder. And both players are a little bit hurt on that one. And the Storm player is over on the bench, really favoring that right shoulder of his.
I think
meanwhile, down in
talking a little too much.
Meanwhile, down in the corner, Angus Heather gets a penalty for, I didn't see it. You gave him a little extra shove. Maybe that was what it was.
Well, that puts us on another Northern Amusement penalty kill here.
Angus Heather will sit for unsportsmanlike conduct. And that'll put Bemidji on the PK as the Storm sent it back in out of the zone. Faceoff comes to Baird. He's going to control it. He'll get it out to center. It'll be sent back in there by the Storm. And it'll ring all the way around the boards and out to the far side. Out of the zone now. They turn it back up ice. Everybody's checked up, so it's good at the line. And it comes to Westover. He chips it back out to center. And the Storm will pick it up at their own blue line. Ahead now, they come across the line. Over to the right side, shot on goal. Deflects off the side of the cage. And Moran does a nice job of chipping it past the defense. Baird picks it up, brings it across the line on the far side. Back from Moran in the slot. Short-handed goal for Peyton Moran. And that'll put Bemidji up 5-0 with 3:35 left in the second. And that's got to take a little bit of wind out of your sails if you're from Sauk Rapids.
That is a shorthanded goal on the Northern Amusement penalty kill by number 15, Peyton, assisted by 21, Callan.
So 52 seconds remain on that Angus Heather penalty as the puck comes out through center on the Sauk Rapids stick. They gain the zone on the near side. Jacobson will put a body on him, separate him from the puck, but he gets up and recovers. Tries to center it, but Ryerson's got other ideas. I'm sorry, that's Lapeer. Lapeer has other ideas. He sends it up the boards, up to the point, not out. Right in the slot, turn, shoot, goes wide. Now they're going to try another one. That one goes off the side of the netting. And I think the
weren't even out there.
Goal came loose again for a stop.
Well, we got some interesting goal calls here. They announced the goals were scored by another one by Wyatt and assisted by Bubba, but they weren't on the ice. So we're going to stick with Moran and Callan for the goal and the assist.
Play goes down into the Bemidji zone here, and the Storm have an opportunity without being contested, really. And White does a nice save there and goes over the far side. Meyer falls down, and this time the penalty expires on Angus Heather as the Storm continue to possess down in the Bemidji zone. Over to the near wall now. Stitzworth tips Lapeer tips it out of the zone, and it comes to Adams on the near side. Down in behind, Ryerson overskates it, and Sauk Rapids picks it out of there and comes back down the near side. This Ellering gets around Jacobson down in the corner now, and Roscoe comes in to help out and battles along the wall. Tyken also is in there, comes out on Roscoe's stick though. He's pestered, goes over to the near side, up to the point, not out, and they keep battling at it there. Right in front of the Sauk Rapids bench, it finally gets picked out of there and sent in behind. White comes out of the net uncharacteristically. He swings it around to the near side. Adams will take it there. He chips it out to center. And the Sauk Rapids Storm will send it back in on the far side.
Yep.
Up ahead
Nice
now
and
from
loud.
Roscoe. He can't make the connection, and it's going to go all the way down for icing with 1:14 left in the second. One of the Sauk Rapids parents is trying to pump up his team, and Stitzworth just told him, okay, we'll do it. Comes into the zone offside. Face-off comes down into the Bemidji zone on a Sauk Rapids stick. They shoot from there. Save goes over to the far side. And down into the corner. Roscoe will tip it over to the near side now. And the Storm will try and work it back down into the corner. 46 seconds left in the period as they battle in the corner here. Comes up the line for Westover. Does a nice stick move to get it out. And he carries it all the way out to center. Cross the line, shoots, goes off the goaltender. It's still loose. And over to the far side. They bring it over to the near side now. And they're going to work it up the boards. Outlet pass to center. They're going to get across the line. 2-on-1 with Roscoe. He tips it twice now and gets it out. Or gets it away from him, rather, over to the far side. Now he gets it out. Double teamed. At center, they turn back up ice and dump it in deep. 9 seconds left as White stops it behind his own goal. Westover will pick it up there, bring it to the near side. He'll reverse it around and send it over to the far corner for Stitsworth. Clock runs out on the second period. And with a 5-0 lead, the boys will head to the locker room as the Zamboni doors open up somewhere.
And here are period 3. Bemidji still dominant.
Off the face-off, it goes right off the stick of the goaltender. The Roscoe's second opportunity goes off the rafters. Again, off the face-off, it goes down to the corner. Jacobson gets his own face-off, but it's stolen from him there by the Storm. They break out through center, get across the line the other side, get around Westover, get a shot on goal, and it won't go. This time, Jacobson picks it up. He's got Yerbich on the near side, get across the line. Over to Yerbich, shot, saved right into the breadbasket of Omvig. Again, off the face-off, Moran gets a hold of it, looks to center, can't do it. Now it goes down to the corner. It's a nice stick move, nice center job there, up for Ryerson, and it goes over to the near side. Roscoe sends it down in there, and he collides with another defender, and that defender is Orbowitz, and he's hurt, and he gets up slow, heads to the bench. Meanwhile, down in the corner, the Storm come out of there and break into center. Cross the line on the near side. Shot from there goes wide by about 1.5 feet. And it goes over the other side. Back up to the point. Tipped out of there by Westover. Well, not out, though. Comes to Baird at the point. At the dot, rather. They work it back over in behind. Come over to the hash marks on the near side. He loses it up to the point. Comes all the way out. And it's tipped off of his stick now down into the zone. And they're going to call that offsides as Ryerson had gotten into the zone already. Faceoff goes down into the zone, controlled by the Storm. They bring it back up to the near side to get across the red line. Across the blue line on the near side. Shot goes on. Ooh, that was a little bit close there as White had to reach down to get that one, but he does so and hangs on. Stitchworth Adams now out again for the forwards. Comes up to the point, shot on White. He stick save again, doing his work, and hangs on to this one for a stop. 13. Face-off is comes right to the mouth of the goal, and White's got to cover that. Face-off is owned by the Storm. Up the line, they exchange the puck back and forth. Now they break down into the circle, try to backhand it. It goes down in behind. Chased by Lapeer. They try to work it back up to the dot, get past a couple of defenders. And back in the corner, Tyken pins the guy as Lapeer picks it up, gets it over for Stitchworth. He breaks it out to center. Gets across to the red line, dumps it in. And the Storm will give chase down in their own corner. Adams falls to his knees, goes up against the boards, and the puck will come over to the far side for the Storm. Back out to center now. They gain the zone on the far side. The puck comes to Engestether. He chips it off the wall, gets it out to center. Adams tries to tip it back to him, but his momentum had stopped. Center ice now. Adams gets a hold of it again, gets it over for Tyken. Tyken will pick it up there, works his way to the other side. He's got to retreat under some hard stick work by the Storm. Over to Adams on the near side, he dumps it in, and they both he goes to the bench. Tyken on the forecheck now. And the Storm almost put it into their own goal. Good thing their goaltender was alert. It went right off the post next to him. Back in deep now. Come up the near side. It's blocked. And now the Storm get out. Cross the line the other way. Shot goes up on the glove. Comes out of the glove of White, though. And the rebound goes over to the near wall and cleared out of there by Roscoe. Icing is waved off. It's stopped by Orwitz. Or Ombig, rather. And the Storm will pick it up behind and bring it up. Comes right on to Yerbich's stick. He tries to pull the trigger. No, he doesn't break a stick. He just knocks the stick out of the player's hand. Over to the near wall now. Eventually it comes to the Storm, and they break out through center the other side. Westover's going to get there first, though. He overskates it, and it finally catches up to him, though. It's in his skates. And the Storm's able to get a hold of it and put it right on the goal there with White right from the side of the net. Faceoff goes in behind with Roscoe. He turns up right through the slot. And he gets across the line on the other side. Shoots from there. Goes right in the glove. Yep. Falls down. And it comes to the near side. Moran now. Sent it down in deep for Ryerson. Back to Moran. He's checked. And the battle will ensue. The Storm win that battle, though, and they send it up the far side, gets stuck on the wall. Now they carry it out to center, cross to the near side, cross the line. Try to get around the defense. It looks like it was stepped on by Roscoe, and it comes back the other way. Sauk Rapids will go around behind. Their goaltender falls in that fray. I'm not sure what happened there, but he fell down, and he's all right, though. This time the shot goes on White on the other side from the near side, and he gloves it and sends it in behind. Holding is going to be they're going to hold on Westover, but they won't get called for it. Down on the near side now. Baird's going to battle hard there, and it comes up the wall for Moran. Moran's going to dig at it with Roscoe, and it goes down in behind the goal, and Westover's there to pick it up. He chips it up the board on this side, tipped there by Ryerson, comes out to center, and they blast it back into the zone offsides with 9:31 left in the third period. Sauk Rapids controls. That one gets in the zone, takes a shot. It goes wide on the far side, down in the corner. Sent ahead there by Adams, but not out. And the Storm get it back down in deep. Rings around the boards to the near side. Lapeer now. They center it up, gets all the way through, and Adams will step down and pick it up at the circle. Gets it over to Lapeer right in the slot. A little dangerous area to be in, but he clears it up to center and picked up by the Storm. Comes weird off a stanchion, and Lapeer has to pick it up there, and he sends it up to the line. Not out, though, again. This time they're going to battle on the far wall, and Tyken's going to grab that one and send it over for Stitzworth on the near side. Stitzworth gets across the line and shoots, and that was blocked as the rebound goes off the side of the cage. Down in behind again. Tyken works it over to the far wall, up to Angus Heather's shot. Stick save, goes down in the far corner. Adams picks it up there, dumps it further in behind. Reversed over by the Storm, and they come up the far side up to Angus Heather, not out. He sends it off the wall past the defender, but they do get it out finally, and they come back the other way. Stitzworth covering his spot, nicely shot there, is deflected, goes up off the glass. Over on the far wall, Stitzworth is there with Adams, digging away at it. Angus Heather puts a body on that big player, and that gives Lapeer a chance to pick it up and send it off the near boards. Picked off again by the Storm, and it goes down in deep. Battle goes against the far wall, or the near corner rather, and it's swept out of there by Angus Heather right up to the line, but not out. They sent back down into the near corner, and Lapeer will go to work down there. up for Stitsworth. He gets a hold of it, chips it out to center, just gets to the Storm defense, and they work their way back in. Over to the near side. Engelsether puts a body on him. They get another chance. They shoot that one wide. Comes to Engelsether. He's going to skate it up the wall, chips it past the defender, and out to center. D-to-D pass now in their own zone, and they come back to the near side. They try to spring a player at the red line, and they do. Work their way up. They come in offside, though. Engelsether put a little pressure on him there. That wasn't Engelsether at all. He wasn't on the ice. .707 now left in the game. Bemidji leading 5-0 as the play comes down into the Storm zone as they control and send it back up into the Bemidji zone. Comes to Roscoe off the glass to the near side to Meyer. Meyer back for Yerbich. Yerbich blasts one and a return pass by Jacobson, and he blasts it past Omvig for a 6-0 lead late in the third. So that goal by William Jacobson is going to be assisted by Yerbich and Meyer. And that'll put us up 6-0.
Another Stitsworth.
Bemidji goal scored by number 20, William Jacobson, assisted by number 25, Jace Yerbich, and number 40, Corbin Meyer. Time of goal 8-11 in the third period.
Stitsworth meet 5-on-5 goal scored by number 20, Bubba, assisted by Corbin and Jace.
Yep, and tying the goal 6.
So down and deep, the Storm try to break their way out of there. Comes up to the slot, kites to Roscoe. He's going to shoot. Stick save, comes right up onto the goaltender. He sent it into his own chest. Now we're going to get a tripping penalty on Yerbich as the Storm come in on the other side. Right up to the white. He stuffs him away. And as Engelsether touches it, I'm sorry, that's Westover. The whistle's going to blow. And that big old... not the big old ref, it's going to be the other one. Going to put Meyer in the bench for, I think, slashing.
That gives us another Northern Amusement penalty kill after the game. We got running time now.
What? Running time? Running time there?
Yep.
Yeah, I guess we're calling time, people.
Yeah, with that 6th goal, we turn into the running time state. So 5:23 ticks off the clock. And the Storm almost had an opportunity to wrap around on White, but he got over there in time, and they didn't try to attempt it. Puck goes right in through the slot area and over to the other side. And Baird chips it out to center, but not out. I guess they're going to say it does come out. And the clock will continue to run with that Meyer penalty ticking down through 1:15. Faceoff comes just outside the zone here, and looks like Baird will take it. And it comes into the zone for Lapeer. Lapeer will chip it high out of the zone right into the rafters again. And gets a little advisement from the coach. Has
a little too much loft on that pitching wedge.
A little too much on the pitching wedge there. So we'll bring it back to Colton White's left. And Barrett again will take that one. This time the Storm is going to control. They're going to shoot from the high circle. And a little pushing and shoving there after the whistle. But Colton White, I think, has got it in his gear. And I think the ref is going to take somebody. And it looks like we're going to get a slash, this time on Lapeer. Never mind the shove after that. So Lapeer, number 26, is going to get a slashing as the clock ticks away. Play goes in behind, 5-on-3 now for another 12 seconds. And the Storm are desperately trying to get one and get that big donut off the clock. They circle around at the hash marks in the circle. And they go to the deep into the corner, up to the point now. It's coughed up though to Moran rather. He's going to get across and chip it out to center. It comes to Adams the other way across the line. He's got room. Backhands it. He's checked off the goal, off the play, and it goes wide of the circle, wide of the cage rather. Up to the line, back through center. They come the other way this time with a one-man advantage. They try to get around the defense. They do get one on White, but he's saves that one and had a nice juicy rebound, but it wouldn't go. Down in behind again. Moran battles ahead with them. And he's going to get it down in the far corner, working his tail off. Gets a hold of it again, comes to the near side, rings it around the board, and it's going to go all the way out. And it'll be down into the Sauk Rapids zone. 2:57, 2:56 now remaining in the period. And now 45 seconds left on that Lapeer penalty as the Bemidji Jacks lead 6-0 and in control in the defense in the offensive zone, shorthanded. Baird turns it down ice and rings it around the boards deep into the Sauk Rapids zone, and they reverse around to the far side. It's going to come out. Westover is going to pinch down, chips it past the defender, and Baird will pick it up there. He'll bring it across into his own zone. He'll send it ahead for Adams. Adams will sweep it down in, and the Sauk Rapids Storm will have to pick it up again behind their own net. 2:20 left in the period now. 6-0 lead for Bemidji. Comes in off sides. And that'll bring a stop and play, but not a stop in the clock. That'll bring the Lapeer penalty to completion.
Yep.
Bemidji full strength.
Yep. Good Northern Amusement penalty kill there.
Yep, I said they heard me.
They heard
Bemidji
you.
full strength.
As the puck drops, the door opens up for Lapeer. And meanwhile, Yerbich steps on in his place.
I think I'd say it loud.
Storm shovels it down into the zone.
I said it really loud, right?
And you get the feeling here that they're just kind of playing out the clock on both sides. Over in a near corner, Yerbich gets a hold of it there. He skates with some speed around behind his own net, shovels it ahead for Meyer. Meyer can't get a stick on it, and it goes all the way out to center ice. This time Jacobson on a good opportunity there on a forecheck. Can't quite connect, and it comes back into the Bemidji zone on Roscoe's stick. Ahead for Meyer on the far side. He dekes around another player. They sweep it off his stick, though, and bring it in. Jacobson had it momentarily, but comes over to the near side, still in the zone. Yerbich takes a shot from there, goes off the glove, and I think maybe off the post, and up into the netting for a stop and play with a minute left, ticking into the penalty.
1 minute roll meeting in the third period. Your final roll meeting.
Final game, final period, final minute.
Yep.
Off the face-off. We got another
I just do final because.
penalty here, probably coming up on Meyer as he's going to go down for tackling. And
What?
the clock stops this time as they put the penalty up.
No, because.
Another brief Northern Amusement penalty kill.
Corbin Meyer will have his seat. And the face-off will come down into the Bemidji zone.
Why did they stop?
He's got the clock going again here.
A nice nose tackle move over there. Might be anticipating some football later today.
Right. Off the face-off, Angus Heather battles with the Storm. He gets a hold of it, gets it off the wall and out. 22 seconds left in the game. Comes back in on the near side, comes in off sides. The clock is going to continue to run.
That should
And
just
I'll be
about do it.
surprised if we get this face-off off. 8 seconds left in the penalty. Everybody's just kind of skating around, and I think that's going to do it. As they let the clock run out, and the Bemidji Jacks become victorious in a shutout win over the Sauk Rapids Storm.
A good way to finish out the tournament. 2-1-1.
Yep.
My understanding is the Fargo Angels team that we tied yesterday made it to the championship. So
So a really good showing, really, by this B1 Bemidji team
Make it or no?
playing against the A-level teams both in Minnesota and North Dakota.
good overall weekend. Thanks to the sponsors: Stitsworth Meats, Dale Schmidt Agency, Northern Amusement,
Yep.
KLS Construction, Ryerson Construction, and Lapeer Shorelines.
And speaking of the storm, we're going to weather the storm on the way home with a blizzard warning in effect.
Yep. So blizzard morning. So
I'll see you somewhere sometime next weekend. Not sure where
Yep.
I'll be, but
there'll
thanks
be
for
a
tuning
bonus
in.
one on the ride home for me.
Throw some
definitely.
thumbs up on the video.
Yep. And
As
then-
always, a pleasure to do a video with the Voice of the North.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.